Terry VanNoy. Thanks for watching inside this video series about scientific notation. This is the last video here, and that means it's time for a self-quiz. Now, I want you to consider this a personal challenge. Now, it may not be extremely difficult, but we've gone through kind of a sequence of lessons here, and now I want you to test yourself. So, grab a piece of paper, calculator if you need one, and let's give these a try. I'm going to show you some problems on this self-quiz in 3 groups. The first one here is to write each number you see in scientific notation. So pause the video and write it down. Alright, number 1. The first goal is to take the number as it is, find the decimal point, and move the decimal point where you have a value between 1 and 10. And so notice that we go backwards here, and that means it's a -1. So 1.7 times 10 to the -1 power. Number 2, 3.79 already is a value between 1 and 10, so we did not move the decimal at all. That's why it's 10 to the 0 right there. Whoop, slipped off the screen a little bit. All right, let's look at these next 2. Number 3, notice it's a really small number. It's on the right of the decimal point, and we move it from here to here because that'll give us 1.16. And then we count how many places we move. Don't count where you start, count the first move. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's why it's to the -4 power. All right, good job. And this one is 41,000. We're missing a comma, but no big deal. If you don't see a decimal point, of course it's on the right-hand edge, and we move it in to make 4.1, and that moved 4 places. All right, next group. In 5 through 8, it's already in scientific notation. We want you to write it back in standard notation with the decimal point, placeholder zeros, and commas where necessary. All right, pause it. Here we go. How'd you do? All right, in this one, 2 times 10 to the 5th. Okay, we're going to put our decimal point right there, and then we're going to move it 5 places. Remember, to the +5th power means it's getting big. It's a large number. So the decimal point will go from here to here, and we have to put all those zeros in there. Well, we don't have to, but it turns out to be 200,000. Number 6, 3.9 times 10 to the -5th. The decimal is right there, but we're going to move it 5 to the left because a negative power indicates a small number. So in this case, we end up moving it here, and we have to fill in with 4 placeholder zeros. Number 7, 1.22 times 10 to the 2nd. That's going to be 1.22. Move it back to the right because it becomes larger, 122. And finally, number 8, 7.58 times 10 to the -3. You're going to move your decimal point from there to there 3 places to the left in this case, and you'd get 0.00758. All right, how'd you do? Hopefully you get the idea of where to move your decimal point, right or left. And now let's try multiplying. In 9, 10, and 11, we're going to take scientific notation number amounts here and multiply them together. So remember, your final answer must be in proper scientific notation. All right, give those a try. Number 9 kind of works out fairly simply. We have 3 times 2.13. Remember to multiply those coefficients or those indexes together first. And that gives us 6.39. That already is a value between 1 and 10, so we don't have to move the decimal point at all. And then we take the powers of 10, add the exponents, so that's still going to be 10 to the 3rd. That's our final answer. Number 10, 8 times 1.7 is 13.6, right? And when I take 10 to the -6th power times 10 to the -4th power, that's going to be times 10 to the -10th power. And I noticed that I'm going to have to move your decimal over 1 more place, so it's going to gain a positive power of 10. In other words, it's going to become 10 to the -9. All right, I hope that that makes sense to you. Another way to think about it is 13.6, written in scientific notation, is 1.36 times 10 to the first power. And then when I multiply the 10 to the negative 10 times 10 to the first power, remember we add the exponents, that's why it becomes negative 9. All right, a little tricky, so be careful on those. Number 11, 7 times 4 is 28, of course, and 10 to the third times 10 to the minus 1 is 10 squared. But we know that 28 is too large. It has to be value between 1 and 10. So in order to move that decimal to the right place to get it to 2.8, we are going to increase our power of 10. So there we go, 10 to the third. All right, thanks so much for watching this video series, and share it with others if you like it.